Hello, my dear friends. A very good morning to all of you. Welcome to Online Benches by Example. I am Zubair Ehsani, and today we will discuss about plant nutrition. Very important topic of biology. A lot of questions have been asked from this topic. So, before going to start the session, let me see how many of you are live. Can we have the responses, please? Please respond fast. I am waiting for your responses, guys. And yes, we have Sangeeta. Good morning, Sangeeta. And please share, subscribe, and like our channel. Also press bell icon to get the notifications of our all upcoming classes, or you can say videos. So this topic is very important. So please join us. Today we will discuss about the photosynthesis, autotropic mode of nutrition. In next session we will also discuss about heterotrophic plants. Now we have Abhishek Chauhan. Welcome to the session, Abhishek. Himanshu Sharma. Hello. Very good. So please like, subscribe and share our channel, and also press bell icon to get notifications of our all upcoming videos. So let us start with plant nutrition. Plant nutrition. Kapil talk. Hello Kapil, how are you? Himanshu Sharma, Abhishek Chauhan, Sangeeta. So now here we have the first point about plant nutrition. Sia Pandey, good morning. Welcome to the session. So this is English medium foundation batch. So if you talk about the plants, as we know that plants are autotrophic. Tell me, what do you mean by autotrophic? Tell me, Himanshu Sharma. What do you mean by autotrophic mode of nutrition? Plants are autotrophic. What does it mean? Robin, tell me. Very good morning and welcome to the session. Now, the first point about plant nutrition is plants are autotrophic. Nishu Tomar, good morning, good morning. So tell me guys, what is the meaning of autotrophic mode of nutrition? Plants are autotrophic. What does it mean? Robin is saying food made by plants their own. Very good. They prepared their own food. Abhishek Chauhan is saying. Himanshu is also saying by own, sir. Very good. Plants are autotrophic, means plants make their own food. Auto means self, troph means nutrition. That is, those organisms which make their own food are known as autotrophs, and the mode of nutrition is known as autotrophic mode of nutrition. So plants are autotrophic, as well as plants, algae and blue-green algae are also autotrophic. Tell me, what is blue-green algae? Tell me, what is blue-green algae? What do you mean by blue-green algae? Plants are autotrophic. Algae are autotrophic. We will discuss algae in detail in plant kingdom. Okay. But tell me, what is blue-green algae? BGA. What is blue-green algae? Blue-green algae is not an algae. It is the bacteria. Very, very important point, and this question has been asked in various competitive examination a lot of time. Blue-green algae is not an algae. It is a bacteria. Tell me which type of bacteria, guys. Sia Pandey is saying cyanobacteria. Absolutely right. Keep it up. Very good. Very good. Blue-green algae is a bacteria. Which type of bacteria? Autotrophic bacteria. Autotrophic bacteria. Or you can say photosynthetic bacteria. Yes, photosynthetic bacteria. And those bacteria which prepare their own food by the process of photosynthesis are known as cyanobacteria. Yes, cyanobacteria. Yes, very, very important point. So suppose if the question is which of the following is not an algae, your answer should be blue-green algae. Please remember, blue-green algae is not an algae, it is a bacteria. Which type of bacteria? Photosynthetic bacteria, or you can say autotropic bacteria. And autotrophic bacteria are known as cyanobacteria. And cyanobacteria is commonly known as what? Blue-green algae. So please remember, plants, algae and blue-green algae are autotrophic in nature. They are autotrophs. But here we will discuss about the plants. Okay, plants. So as we know that plants are autotrophic. That is, plants make their food by the process of photosynthesis. Process of photosynthesis. And what is photosynthesis? What do you mean by photosynthesis? Photo means light and synthesis means to make. So plants make their food with the help of raw materials and in presence of sunlight. So this process is known as photosynthesis. Now we are going to discuss the chemical equation of photosynthesis. So here we have the chemical equation of photosynthesis. Plants absorb CO2, water, and plants also absorb energy from sunlight. And in presence of chlorophyll, plants make their food, that is glucose. This is the food of the plant, glucose, and also give us oxygen. And this process is known as photosynthesis. So this is the chemical equation of photosynthesis. Now the question is, which of the following things are required during the process of photosynthesis? Tell me. Which of the following things are required in the process of photosynthesis? Tell me. Miss Pathak ji, Satyam Thakur is saying this is my first class. Welcome. Yes, Prajwal, it is eubacteria. Absolutely right. We will discuss bacteria in detail. Bacteria is archaebacteria, divided into two types, archaebacteria and eubacteria also. So we will discuss kingdom Monera. Okay, don't worry. So things necessary in photosynthesis. The first thing is CO2. Second thing is water. The third one is sunlight. And the fourth, which is very important, that is chlorophyll. We will discuss chlorophyll in detail, don't worry. So these four things are required in the process of photosynthesis. If any one of these is absent, the process of photosynthesis will stop. Okay. CO2, water and sunlight. Kapil, you are right. Very good. So these four things are required in the process of photosynthesis. CO2, water, sunlight and chlorophyll. If any one of these is absent, the process of photosynthesis will stop. So plants require carbon dioxide, water, sunlight and chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is present in green leaves of the plant. So in the presence of CO2, water, sunlight, plants make their food, that is glucose. Glucose is a sugar, okay, and also give us oxygen. And this process is known as what? Photosynthesis. This is known as photosynthesis, Robin. Very good. So photosynthesis requires following things, that is CO2. Second thing, water. Then third one is sunlight. And the fourth, very important, chlorophyll. Tell me what is chlorophyll? We will discuss. But tell me what is chlorophyll? Robin, Sangeeta, Kapil, Prajwal, Nishu, Abhishek, Sia, tell me. So these four things are required in the process of photosynthesis. Now, if the question is, what are the raw materials for photosynthesis? Tell me. If the question is, what are the raw materials required for the process of photosynthesis? Yes, pigment. Very good. Very good, Robin. Very good. What is chlorophyll? It is a green pigment found in green leaves of the plant, and this green pigment is present in chloroplast. We will discuss the structure of chloroplast in detail. Don't worry. So if you talk about the raw materials required for the photosynthesis, your answer should be CO2 and water. Okay. So CO2 combines with water to form what? Glucose. So these are the raw materials for photosynthesis. So if the question is how many things are required, that is CO2, that is water, sunlight and chlorophyll. These four things are required in the process of photosynthesis. But if the question is what are the raw materials, your answer should be CO2 and water. Please remember these points, very important for all exams, including your exam also, my dear friends. Okay, now so this is the equation of, or you can say chemical equation of photosynthesis, CO2, water. Okay, so CO2 combines with water in the presence of sunlight, and this sunlight is absorbed by chlorophyll, and plants make their food, that is glucose, and also give us oxygen. This is the chemical equation of photosynthesis. Now plants use this glucose, but extra glucose is converted into a starch and stored in leaves, vegetables and fruits. Leaves, vegetable and fruits. Okay, so now the question is, what is the stored food of plants? Tell me. This is very important question, super duper hit question. What is the stored food of plant, my dear friends? Now we will discuss in the session of chemistry. Here no need to balance the equation. A stored food of plant. So here we have the point, guys. See this point, very important. Plants use this glucose, and extra glucose is converted into a starch and stored in leaves, vegetables and fruits. So if the question is what is the stored food of plants, your answer should be starch. Very good. And this starch is stored in the form of, this is the stored food of plant and stored in leaves, vegetables and fruits. But if the question is, this is very important point, never forget it. Please remember, what is the stored food of animals? If the question is what is the stored food or reserve food of the plant, your answer should be no doubt. Your answer should be starch. But if the question is what is the stored food of animals? Yes, your answer should be glycogen. If glycogen is not in option, your answer should be fat. Absolutely right. If both are in options, we will give priority to which one? We will give priority to glycogen. Glycogen. So if the question is what is the stored food of animals or reserve food of the animals, your answer should be glycogen. If glycogen is not in option, your answer should be fat. If both are in options, we will give priority to which one? We will give priority to glycogen. Glycogen, super duper hit question. Sia Pandey, you are right. Prajwal is saying glucose, not. Glucose is not the stored food. Extra glucose is converted into what? Glycogen and stored in liver and your muscles. So stored food of animals are what? Animal is glycogen. Now stored food of fungus is, tell me. This is also very super duper hit question and important question. Tell me. What is the stored food of fungus, or you can say fungi? What is the stored food of fungi? Yes, Kapil is saying starch like in potato. Very good. What is the stored food of fungi? Again, your answer should be glycogen. Yes, glycogen. So please remember, a stored food of plant is starch. A stored food of animals, glycogen. A stored food of fungus is also glycogen. Sangeeta, you are right. Very good, very good. So these points are very important for all competitive exam, guys. Now, one more question. Try to answer this question, guys. Test of a starch is done by which of the following chemical? Tell me. Very important question. Test of a starch is done by, your answer should be iodine. Your answer should be iodine. This is very important point. Kapil, you are right. Very good. Keep it up. Robin, absolute right. So take a fresh potato if you want to test a starch in a material. Suppose we have a potato. So take a fresh potato, cut the potato into 2 equal halves, and add 2 or 3 drops of dilute solution of iodine. If color changes, that is color becomes uh, uh, blue black, then this shows that potato contains starch. So test of starch is done by what? Iodine. So starch plus iodine give you blue black color, dark black. Okay, dark blue color. So test of a starch is done by uh, uh, iodine. Now, next question. What is the site of photosynthesis? That is, where does the process of photosynthesis takes place? Where does the process of photosynthesis takes place? This is the very important question. Satyam. What is the site of photosynthesis? Where does the process of photosynthesis take place? Your answer should be the process of photosynthesis takes place in plant cell. All processes takes place in cell. For example, if animal body, where does the process of respiration takes place? Your answer should be in cell, in an animal cell, because animal cell or plant cell is the structural and functional unit of the body. Cell is the structural and functional unit of the body. Animal body or plant body is made up of cells. We will discuss in detail in the chapter of cytology. So here we have a plant cell. And in plant cell we have many things, such as in plant cell we have vacuole, in plant cell we have nucleus, cell wall, cell membrane. Okay, so this is the nucleus of the plant cell. And in plant cell we have a special cell organelle. Tell me the name of this cell organelle. In plant cell we have a special cell organelle which is known as chloroplast. Chloroplast. The process of photosynthesis takes place in the chloroplast of a plant cell. That's why chloroplast is also called kitchen of the cell. Kitchen of the cell. So please remember this question. Which of the following cell organelle is also called kitchen of the cell? Your answer should be chloroplast. Why chloroplast is also known as kitchen of the cell? Because here the process of photosynthesis takes place. So if the question is where does the process of photosynthesis takes place, your answer should be chloroplast of a plant cell. Chloroplast of a plant cell. So please write this point. The process of photosynthesis takes place in chloroplast of a plant cell. Chloroplast of a plant cell. That's why chloroplast is also called kitchen of the cell. Kitchen of the cell. In mitochondria, process of respiration takes place. Prajwal, we will discuss in the chapter of respiration. That's why a mitochondria is also called powerhouse of the cell or furnace of the cell. Okay. Now, we will discuss the structure of chloroplast a little later, don't worry. Now, next question is, green color of plant is due to, tell me. Green color of plant is due to, suppose if the question is, green color of plant is due to, your answer should be chloroplast. Chloroplast. This is very important question. The green color of plant is due to, your answer should be chloroplast. But without pigment, color is not possible. Chloroplast is green. It means that it contains a pigment. Without pigment, color is not possible in living world. For example, black color of your skin is due to a pigment, melanin. Red color of blood is due to presence of a red pigment in your blood, that is hemoglobin. Red color of tomato is due to presence of a red pigment, lycopene. Okay, so tell me pigments present in chloroplast. So what are the pigments? Pigments are the substances which have specific colors. Okay, so tell me the name of pigment present in chloroplast. So chloroplast contains a green pigment known as chlorophyll. Chlorophyll. What is chlorophyll? What is chlorophyll? It is a green pigment. Green pigment. So due to presence of chlorophyll, color of chloroplast is green, and due to presence of chloroplast, plants are green. So green color of plant is due to chlorophyll. If chlorophyll is not in option, your answer should be chloroplast. If both are in options, we will give priority to which one? We will give priority to chlorophyll. Because due to presence of chlorophyll, chloroplasts are green in color, and due to presence of chloroplasts, plants are green. Is it clear or not? So, chlorophyll is actually a green pigment present in chloroplast of the plants. So, due to presence of chlorophyll, chloroplasts are green, and due to presence of chloroplasts, plants are green. Very, very important. Is it clear or not? If clear, please comment. If you have still any doubt, you can ask, please. Now, so this is the chemical equation of photosynthesis: CO2 plus water, glucose and oxygen. Now the question is very, very important question. During the process of photosynthesis, light energy is converted into which type of energy? Chemical energy, mechanical energy, kinetic energy, thermal energy. Tell me. Robin, Abhishek, very good. Satyam is saying please repeat chlorophyll. Okay. Chlorophyll is a pigment. Chlorophyll is a pigment. And pigments are those substances which have specific colors. In living world, without pigment, color is not possible. Okay. So pigments are those substances which have specific colors. For example, if you talk about your blood, red color of blood is due to presence of a red pigment, hemoglobin. Red color of tomato is due to presence of a red pigment, lycopene. Similarly, green color of plants are due to presence of a green pigment which is known as chlorophyll, and this chlorophyll is found in chloroplast of the plant. Okay. So if the question is during the process of photosynthesis, which of the following energy is converted into which energy, your answer should be light energy is converted into what? Chemical energy. Please remember this point, my dear friend. This is very important, and this question has been asked in various competitive examination a lot of time. Never forget it. Please remember. So in presence of sunlight, a chemical compound is synthesized. This is glucose. So glucose is a chemical compound. So light energy is converted into what? Chemical energy. Please remember. Now, as we know that chlorophyll is a pigment which is found in chloroplast. Now the question is, chlorophyll contains which of the following metal? This is very important and super duper hit question, and this question has been asked in various competitive examination a lot of time. So tell me the correct answer. Your options are iron, cobalt, zinc, magnesium. Chlorophyll contains which of the following metal? Kapil is saying magnesium. Tell me Satyam, Abhishek, Robin, Sia. Sia is also saying magnesium. Kapil is saying option 4 should be the right option. Abhishek Chauhan is saying magnesium. So almost all students are saying magnesium should be the right option and absolute right. Very good. As you know that iron is found in your hemoglobin. Tell me about zinc. Zinc is found in, this is also very important question. Zinc is found in vitamin B12. Vitamin B12. Sorry, cobalt is found in vitamin B12. If you talk about zinc, zinc is present in insulin. Yes, insulin, which is a hormone, we will discuss in the chapter of endocrine system. And if you talk about the magnesium, it is found in your chlorophyll. Chlorophyll. Please remember these points. So chlorophyll contains a metal which is known as magnesium. Okay, Kapil, Sangeeta, very good. Robin is saying, I don't know, sir. Don't worry. Now, this is the chemical equation of photosynthesis. Plants absorb CO2, water, and in presence of sunlight, plants prepare their food, that is glucose, and also give us oxygen. Now the question is, oxygen liberated during the process of photosynthesis comes from, oxygen released during photosynthesis comes from CO2 or water? Tell me, because both contain oxygen. So now the question is, oxygen released during photosynthesis comes from CO2 or water? Tell me. Kapil is saying comes from water. Thank you very much, Himanshu. This is very important question, and this question has been asked in UPSC Pre 2014. Very important question. Oxygen released during photosynthesis comes from, your answer should be water. We will discuss in detail. We will discuss in detail. Don't worry. Here, just remember, oxygen released during photosynthesis comes from water. Now next question, again very important question. Wavelength of light absorbed during the photosynthesis. Tell me the range of wavelength of light which are absorbed during the process of photosynthesis. The question is, what wavelengths of light are used in photosynthesis, my dear friends? Tell me. Wavelength of light absorbed during the process of photosynthesis. Your answer should be 400 to 700 nanometer. 400 to 700 nanometer. This range of wavelength of light is absorbed during the process of photosynthesis. That's why this range of wavelength of light is known as PAR. What is this? This is called PAR. PAR means photosynthetic active radiation, my dear friend. Active radiation, yes. Photosynthetically active radiation, or you can say photosynthetic active radiation, because this range of wavelength of light is utilized during the process of photosynthesis. Okay. Thank you, Narendra Babu. Thank you very much. So please remember these points. Very important for all competitive examination, including your exam also, my dear friends. Now let us move to next slide. Now the next question, can the process of photosynthesis will occur in artificial light? Can process of photosynthesis occur in artificial light? Yes or no? We will also provide you PDF, don't worry. Yes or not? Yes. The process of photosynthesis will occur in artificial light also. Plants requires this wavelength of range 400 to 700 nanometer. In artificial light, we have this range of wavelength of light. So yes, artificial light brings photosynthesis, don't worry. Because photosynthesis requires this wavelength of light. In artificial light, we have 400 to 700 nanometer, and this is the visible range of light. This is the visible light. Okay. So yes, photosynthesis occur in artificial light also. Okay. Now the question is, next question, very important. Rate of photosynthesis is maximum in which color of light? Suppose in options we have red light, we have green light. In third option, suppose we have yellow light, and In fourth option we have suppose blue light. Tell me the right answer. Rate of photosynthesis is maximum in which color of light? Your answer should be red light. Red light. So just remember, rate of photosynthesis is maximum in red light. But suppose in options we have both white light, red light, yellow light, and green light. Tell me which one should be the right option. Rate of photosynthesis is maximum in red light, no doubt. But suppose in options we have white light also. Then which one should be the right option? Right option should be white light. So if the question is rate of photosynthesis is maximum in, your answer should be white light. If white light is not in option, your answer should be red light. If both are in options, we will give priority to which one? We will give priority to white light. Why? Because white light is a mixture of 7 colors. Is it clear or not? Now, rate of photosynthesis is minimum in, tell me, which color of light? Rate of photosynthesis is minimum in which color of light? Tell me guys. Sia, you are right. Very good. Kapil. Sangeeta is saying red and blue. Yes, of course. If red plus blue in option, right answer should be red and blue. So rate of photosynthesis is minimum in green color of light. Green color of light. Please remember, this is very important question. Now, maximum photosynthesis takes place by. Next question, maximum photosynthesis takes place by. I'm going to give you some options. Rate of photosynthesis, maximum photosynthesis carried out by or takes place by, suppose in options we have plants, we have algae. The third option is your blue-green algae, and suppose in fourth option we have bacteria. Tell me, which one will be the right option? Maximum photosynthesis done by, carried out by, or takes place by, tell me. Maximum photosynthesis takes place by algae. If algae is not in option, your answer should be plants. As we know that our earth, 70% of earth is covered by water, and in water we have algae. Okay, so maximum photosynthesis takes place by algae. If algae is not in option, your answer should be plants. As we know that blue-green is not an algae, it is a bacteria, photosynthetic bacteria, or you can say autotrophic bacteria. So suppose if the question is most of the oxygens, most of the earth oxygen comes from, again your answer should be algae, because maximum photosynthesis is done by algae. So most of earth oxygen comes from algae. Okay, algae. So please remember, my dear friends, because blue-green algae is not an algae. Sia Pandey Singh, absolute right, very good. Blue-green algae is not an algae. It is a bacteria, autotrophic bacteria, or you can say photosynthetic bacteria. We will discuss in detail. In cyanobacteria, we have a special cell which is known as heterocyst, where the process of photosynthesis takes place. Okay, this is also very important question. In cyanobacteria or blue-green algae, we have a specialized cell which is known as heterocyst, where the process of photosynthesis takes place. Okay. Now we are going to discuss the mechanism of photosynthesis. As we know that photosynthesis is divided into two main parts or two main steps. The first one is called light reaction, and second one is known as dark reaction. Now tell me, light reaction is also known as ocean. Very good. In ocean we have algae, other water bodies we have algae, pond, lakes, rivers, etc. So maximum photosynthesis takes place by carried out by algae. If algae is not an option, your answer should be plants. Light reaction is also called Hill reaction because this reaction was explained by a scientist Hill. Now, dark reaction is also known as Calvin cycle. Calvin cycle because this process was explained by two scientists, Melvin Calvin. That's why this is also called Calvin cycle or C3 cycle. C3 cycle. Okay. C3 cycle. We will discuss why this is called dark reaction is known as C3 cycle because the first stable product of dark reaction is a 3-carbon compound which is known as phosphogliceric acid. Okay. Now please try to answer one more question, guys. As we know that light reaction takes place in daytime in presence of sunlight. Light reaction only occur in presence of sunlight. That's why this is called light reaction. So it will occur in daytime. Now the question is, dark reaction will occur during day, night, day and night both. Now the fourth option is none of these. Tell me. Dark reaction takes place during daytime, not night. Why it is called dark reaction? It takes place, if you talk about light reaction, it takes place only in presence of sunlight. But in dark reaction, there is no need of light. That's why it is called dark reaction. But it also takes place during daytime. During daytime, yes. So right answer should be day. Okay. So let us start with light reaction. So when we talk about light reaction, it is also called Hill reaction. Please remember this point. Hill reaction, and it is named as light reaction. It is named as light reaction because it occurs only in presence of sunlight. Now the question is, where does the process of light reaction will occur? Of course, it occurs in chloroplast. It occurs in chloroplast, no doubt. But in chloroplast where? Which part of chloroplast light reaction will occur? So let me draw a simple diagram of chloroplast. As we know that chloroplast is a double membrane structure. It is covered by a double membrane. Suppose this is a chloroplast. This is called outer membrane. See the diagram carefully. This is known as outer membrane, my dear friend. And this is your inner membrane. This is your inner membrane. And this space is filled by a liquid or fluid which is known as stroma. So this space which is filled with a viscous fluid which is known as stroma. In stroma we have coins-like structures, or you can say disc-like structures, and these disc-like structures are known as thylakoid. This one structure, one coin-like structure or disc-shaped structure is known as what? Thylakoids. So this is your thylakoid, and this bunch of thylakoid, a stalk of thylakoid is known as granum. Here we have thylakoid, and bunch of thylakoid is known as granum. Okay, and granum are connected by membranes. So this is your stroma and this is your thylakoid, and bunch of thylakoids are known as, stalk of thylakoids are known as granum, and this is stroma. This space is known as stroma. So if the question is light reaction takes place, what is light reaction? This is the step of photosynthesis. So light reaction will occur in chloroplast. But if the question is which part of chloroplast Your answer should be thylakoids. So please remember, light reaction takes place in thylakoids of chloroplast. And why it is called light reaction? Because this reaction takes place only in presence of sunlight. I hope it is clear to all of you, my dear friends. Clear? No. Now we are going to discuss the steps of light reaction. First of all, chlorophyll absorbs light energy. Chlorophyll absorbs light energy. So this light energy is absorbed by chlorophyll, which is present in green leaves of the plant. And due to this energy, water splits to form hydrogen and oxygen. Again, equation is unbalanced, no matter. So just remember, water splits to form hydrogen and oxygen. Hydrogen and oxygen. This is called photolysis of water. Photo means light. Lysis means breakdown. So with the help of sunlight, water splits to form hydrogen and oxygen. This is also called a splitting of water. Splitting of water. Okay, splitting of water. And during splitting of water, hydrogen and oxygen is formed, and this oxygen is released into the atmosphere. So we have already discussed that oxygen released during photosynthesis comes from which one? Comes from a splitting of water. Now this hydrogen, which is produced during light reaction, combines with CO2 to form what? Glucose. This is your dark reaction. So what happens in light reaction? A splitting of water takes place. Light energy is absorbed by the chlorophyll and water splits to form hydrogen and oxygen. Oxygen released into the atmosphere, and hydrogen formed during the process of light reaction combines with CO2 to form glucose. This is the overall reaction. So if you talk about whole reaction, what happens in photosynthesis? See, CO2 plus water plus energy. Energy is from sunlight, and this light energy is absorbed by your chlorophyll present in chloroplast of plant cell, and due to this energy, see, water splits to form, due to this light energy, water splits to form hydrogen and oxygen. This oxygen is released into the atmosphere, and hydrogen produced during the light reaction combines with CO2 to form what? C6H12O6 glucose. So now tell me, during the process of photosynthesis, CO2 is oxidized or reduced? Tell me. Oxidation of CO2 takes place or reduction of CO2 takes place? Tell me. डेली क्लास होगी बिल्कुल 9 बजे. कृति वर्मा. During the process of photosynthesis, CO2 is oxidized or reduced. That is, oxidation of CO2 takes place or reduction of CO2 takes place. Tell me, guys. Yes. So CO2 is reduced. That is, reduction of CO2 takes place. As we know that addition of oxygen to a substance. Addition of oxygen to a substance is known as oxidation, and addition of hydrogen to a substance is known as what? Reduction. So here see guys, what happens in dark reaction? In dark reaction, CO2 combines with hydrogen to form what? Glucose. So addition of hydrogen to a substance is known as reduction. So during the process of photosynthesis, reduction of CO2 takes place, and oxidation of water takes place. So it is a redox reaction. What is photosynthesis? It is a redox reaction. And what is redox reaction? The reaction in which one species is oxidized and another is reduced. This is called redox reaction. So here reduction of CO2 takes place and oxidation of water takes place. Water is oxidized. Addition of hydrogen is reduction. So removal of hydrogen is oxidation. So see, in water, hydrogen removed to form oxygen. Okay. So this is a kind of redox reaction. This is a type of redox reaction. Okay. We will discuss in detail in the chapter of redox reactions also. Don't worry. So what is dark reaction? Dark reaction is not dependent on light and it is also called Calvin-Benson cycle or C3 cycle. Because the first stable product of dark reaction is a 3-carbon compound which is known as 3-phosphogliceric acid. So suppose if the question is why dark reaction is also known as C3 cycle, because the first stable product of dark reaction is a 3-carbon compound which is known as 3-phosphoglyceric acid. And what happens in dark reaction? CO2 reduced to form glucose. CO2 reduced to form glucose and dark reaction takes place in stroma of the chloroplast. So please remember this point. This is very important point. Light reaction takes place in which part of chloroplast? Thylakoids. But dark reaction takes place in what? Stroma. What is stroma? This space. This is called stroma. So dark reaction takes place in stroma and light reaction takes place in what? Thylakoid, or you can say granum. Bunch of thylakoids are known as granum and single disc like structure is known as what? Thylakoid. Okay, so light reaction takes place in thylakoid while dark reaction takes place in what? Stroma. Please remember these points. Yes, viscous fluid in chloroplast is known as what? Stroma. So please remember these points. So this is all about your photosynthesis and steps of photosynthesis and important questions regarding photosynthesis. In next class, we will discuss about heterotrophic plants. Plants are autotrophic, but some plants are heterotrophic in nature. We will discuss two types of heterotrophic plants, that is insectivorous plants and carnivorous plants. We will also discuss modes of nutrition, that is autotrophic nutrition, heterotrophic nutrition, types of heterotrophic nutrition, what are the omnivores, what are the carnivores, what are the saprophytes, what are the parasites. So tell me about the class. How was the session? Welcome, Abhishek. So next class we will discuss about the heterotrophic plants. So those plants which obtain their food from other organisms are known as heterotrophic plants. Okay guys. So see you in the next session. No, dark reaction takes place in daytime only. Thank you very much. Okay, see you in the next session. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Take care. Bye bye. Jai Hind. Thank you very much. See you again.